All I do is lay low. Only time I talk is when I'm talking about the payroll. Man must make 'em, man must make 'em. When I come back, they go like me for quarter. Man must make 'em, man must make 'em. My name na Manga, and I want for make 'em, one for make 'em, one for make 'em. My name na Manga, beg no forget 'em. Man must make 'em, man must make 'em. My name na Manga, and I care for make 'em, I care for make 'em, I care for make 'em. My name na Manga, beg no forget 'em. Sky is the limit, and I want for touch 'em. Girls going crazy na Manga because I'm starting.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning K-Town, your breakfast show on KCBS TV. We are straight out of K-Town and my name is Christy Ijang. What better way to start your day than tuning in to the best source of inspiration? First things first, our thought of the day. The secret of life is to fall down 7 times and get up 8 times. Thank you for joining us today. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to learn something new with Eswa Julius. Stay tuned.
Your slow whining last night makes me dreaming about you my whole night. Girl, I'm falling for you. I just wanna sing along with you, girl. Tu sais que tu es mon baby. I just wanna dance along with you. Baby, come on, make we sing along. Tu sais que tu es mon baby. Baby, sing along with me, baby. I just wanna sing along with you. Baby, baby, oh, 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 oh. NGO, family NGO, NGO, international NGO, NGO, family NGO, NGO, international NGO. Baby, enter my villa and feel all the vitamin. Baby, feel the magic and feel all my vitamin. Hey, baby, enter my villa and feel all the vitamin. Baby, feel the magic and feel all the vitamin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bongola with the top of the coco. We the share the money now for Momo. Paradate the one of my contos. We the vibe with the test for Momo. Bongola with the top of the coco. We the share the money now for Momo. Paradate the one of my contos. We the vibe with the test for Momo. Yeah, yeah. If you see when I drop, you're the one shake body. Every time we drive by, then you pull up, baby bang from you. Come and down from Bangawola, them daddy bow for my banga. Cause I'm by my Bangawola, them daddy feel for Amanda. Baby, oh, oh, oh. NGO, family NGO, NGO, international NGO, NGO, family NGO, NGO, international NGO. Baby, enter my villa and feel all the vitamin. Baby, feel the magic and feel all my vitamin. Hey, baby, enter my villa and feel all the vitamin. Baby, feel the magic and feel all the vitamin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Coco, enjoyment. Momo, enjoyment. Pontus, enjoyment. Coco, enjoyment. NGO, family NGO, NGO, international NGO, NGO, family.
Welcome back to Good Morning K-Town, your breakfast show on KCBS TV. We are straight out of K-Town. Let's welcome Eswa Julius with something new. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Christy.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Always nice to be on your show.
Okay, you're always welcome because you always bring in very interesting stuff. So I'm always happy to have you.
I'm honored. Okay.
So what are we learning this morning?
Do you have friends out of this town?
Yeah, sure. Many
How
of
do
them.
you communicate with them?
WhatsApp and calls.
Oh my
all
God,
that.
that's wonderful. I mean, you guys technology freak, you know. So we're going to talk about, you mentioned WhatsApp,
Yeah, WhatsApp.
maybe sometime SMS.
Yeah, SMS.
So to
calls.
tell you how they all started.
Okay.
Did you ever take time to think about
About WhatsApp?
the first WhatsApp messages, the first
No.
the internet, so to say?
The internet. Okay.
Good. Okay. The internet has come a long way.
Mm.
Everybody now uses internet or send it. Okay. Actually, internet was first of all known ARPANET.
ARPANET. Okay.
ARPANET.
ARPANET.
And the first message that was sent to the internet, what we call to the internet, was sent on the 29th of October 1969
Really?
in room 3420 of UCLA, that is University College of Los Angeles,
Oh, really?
by a man called Professor Leonard Kienrock.
Hmm.
Leonard Kienrock. He was a professor of computer sciences. He sent the first internet message, and the words were LO because the computer crashed after that. So only 2 letters went. Computer crashed after that.
Wow.
Then now it has evolved.
And so you can send like messages,
Billions, okay.
pictures,
Then
videos.
that was the internet.
Wow, that's good.
In 1992, the first message, what we call to the SMS, actually called short message service, was sent on the 3rd of December 1992 by a man called Neil Papert.
Okay.
And the message was Merry Christmas. That was the 3rd of December. Was the first message that was sent on phone. A year after, Nokia took over. Nokia was the first telephone to incorporate it in its phone devices, with the famous beep, with the famous Nokia beep, to announce the message. Okay, that is so it's popular. That's how it has evolved today. Everybody
Wow,
can. Okay.
that's good.
So the first internet message was sent on the 29th of October 1969 in UCLA, University College of Los Angeles, room 3420, by a man called Professor Leonard Kienrock. And the first SMS message was sent on the 3rd of December 1992 by a man called Neil Papert.
Wow.
And the message was Merry Christmas.
Wow, that's interesting, and it makes me think about myself. I sent my first internet message in 2004,
2004.
and then my first SMS, I think it was 2007, I think.
And it's amazing how far technology has evolved, because when we went to Germany, there was nothing like SMS or internet. It was, around 1992, started seeing mobile phones became at first what?
Yes.
A telephone in a building you have to call someone to come, and after my first telephone was actually from Nokia, I think. No, Siemens.
Mine was Motorola.
My first telephone in Germany was Siemens. That's when telephone just came.
Hello,
And you had to
Moto.
open it. You had an antenna. And I still remember my first number. 0177 405 9865. First was E plus.
Oh,
You know,
okay, that's good.
Okay. But 017 is a code for E plus, but if you are coming as a group, you're going to put plus for the that's German code.
Oh, that's
Okay,
interesting.
so,
I love this today.
and later, we started saying that you could send SMS. Maybe it was strange to send SMS because it was not known. After that, it was incorporated that you could actually send messages.
It was around the 2000s that phones actually started in
Came so vogue and came on. Yeah,
Cameroon.
in
They had like
Germany,
this,
it started
the
92,
ones that had
started
the
phone.
antenna, and then those who had phones in those days,
Good.
they would exhibit the phones.
I know.
And
My sister told me that they were once in a bus from, boy, when phone just came from Cameroon, and somewhere the man said he had a call. The driver had to stop for him to receive his call. Say, driver, get called. The man tried to stop the bus. Then the man went and answered his call. Poor admire he had the phone. You can imagine, you know.
and now everyone has a phone.
Everyone has
Everyone has a phone.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Wow, thank you so much. I really love today's lesson. Has been really so very much interesting, because I've always loved the internet. You know, I created someone created my email address for me in 2004, and I have just been like so much into the internet. I remember in those days when I used to live in Moyoka, it was 500 francs for an hour in the cyber.
I know.
And I used to walk from my house. It was very far. I used to walk from my house to the internet cafe, use my 500, and then I walk back to the house. I collect the next 500. I walk back.
And you were
just to
excited.
browse. I was so excited about the internet, and you know.
Also, when internet just came in Germany, where by then in Chemnitz University, they actually give us the password. They called all of us. There was this internet, and my first email address was ESUAJ at that means computer center minus Chemnitz.
Okay, wow, that's
CUChemnitz.ze. So I still remember the email address very well. And we wrote to one of our professors, and then the man replied. His reply was, "Study for your exams."
So what did you write?
We were so excited. Say hello. Say he was very nice person. He was called Mr. Minok. He was teaching us. He was from Wittenberg. He stayed in England, in Germany for long. So he was teaching one of our German teachers. We said, "Hello, how are you doing?" The man said, "Wait for your exams." He was like saying, "Don't be excited with this thing."
He understood that you guys are a bit excited.
We'll go to the library. They'll give us a password. We went there, and then we'll be browsing around the world. So wow. We'll see places, you can see America, you can see China. It was not normal, it was still new, so we're all excited.
That's good, that's wonderful. Many thanks to the one who created the internet.
Yeah.
It's done so much to the world.
Professor Leonard Kleinroth.
Professor Leonard Kleinroth.
Yeah.
All right.
Kleinroth.
Kleinroth, okay.
KLEIN.
That's good. We
ROCK.
thank Professor.
Yeah, nice.
That was amazing. All right, thank you so much. I've really, this has been really fun this morning.
Always my pleasure.
All right, that's it. Let's have a break. When we come back, we're going to have an author talking to us on Good Morning K-Town. Stay tuned.
Japan beauty, positive energy, yo was on point.
In other place.
Japanach, no be lie, I sing yo. Every day no my go time, thank you, oh. No be lie, I talk yo. Every day not you over the press yo, oh. No be lie, I sing yo. Every day no my go time, thank you, oh. No be lie, I talk yo. Every day not you over the press yo, oh. Adango yo la, oh. Malua bamenda. Adanga matifala, oh. Mabawu bamfoya. Adango yogala, oh. Malua bamenda. Adanga matifala, oh. Mabawu bamfoya. I never seen anyone like you. Every second I meet, I'm alive, you are there. I never found anyone like you. Every night and day, I'm alive, you are there. You too good, oh, no be lie. You too much, oh, you're the time. Anyhow, wait, them, me go press you. Money, you know them, me go press you. Food, you know them, me go press you. When I go to ball, me go press you. See, I will never ever leave you for gold. I will never ever leave you for diamond. I will never ever leave you for silver. Oh, I will never ever leave you for anything. Oh, I for be you. If not because, way I for day yo. If not because, I gotta sing yo. Every day no my go type thank you. Oh, don't be like I talk yo. Every day not you over the press yo. Oh, don't be like I sing yo. Every day no my go type thank you. Oh, don't be like I talk yo. Every day not you over the press yo. Oh, see beautiful people being alive today now by a miracle. Say yes, I did sing this song. Oh me God, me the think of your love is you the baby go mental. When I see the way you they bless me, who be the love me back in the day? So see me now. Now who be the mock me back in the day? So then they feel me now. Say now Jesus be solution for this generation. My people swear no be lie. Anyhow way them me go praise you. Money you know them me go praise you. Food you know them me go praise you. When I go to ball me go praise you. See I will never ever leave you for gold. I will never ever leave you for diamond. I will never ever leave you for silver. Oh, I will never ever leave you for anything. Oh, I for be you. If not because, way I for day yo. If not because, I gotta sing yo. Every day no my God I thank you. Oh, don't be like I talk yo. Every day that you over the press yo. Oh, don't be like I sing yo. Every day no my God I thank you. Oh, don't be like I talk yo. Every day that you over the
Welcome back to Good Morning K-Town, your breakfast show on KCBS TV. We have an author in the house, and this morning she will be telling us all about the books that she has written. Let's welcome Esun Jacqueline Ebot. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome to Good Morning K-Town.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
We are so excited to have you here because we have to learn all about the great books that you have written. All right, so tell me, what inspired you into becoming an author?
Well, back then, the years when I came from school as a young teacher,
All right.
I was heading a school. I don't want to privatize it here in Kumba. The books that the children are using, especially in general knowledge, which comprises of history, geography, home economics, civics, were scarce, and the children needed books that they were supposed to be doing exercises inside, like when they read, I give them exercises. So even when I go to the bookshop, the books were scarce. They were not enough. So I thought it wise, but I know this thing. Why can't I put something that will help the children?
Wow, that's good.
And like a joke, when I wrote, I succeeded to come out with Learning Without Tears.
Okay, Learning Without Tears, that's good.
Yes, I came out with Learning Without Tears, which the children use. When some of the parents who could read, when they went through, there was a high demand for the books. It went viral. Other colleagues placed demands on it. But I could not continue at that period because it wasn't long I was absorbed by the government.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I went to the suburb, I did not have time to continue the writing. So in 2000, because this one was written in 2004, that was when I started the writing. And now in 2016, when I came, looking at what the Lord have done to me, especially in the suburbs, I thought of many ways to praise the Lord, to offer my thanks to Him.
Okay.
That can inspire others to see how far the Lord can go to bless someone.
Okay.
Yes, the difficult things, the hardship that I passed through that village. And even when I came, the obstacles that I went through, I now came up with talk with God.
All right. Wow.
In Jeremiah 33 verse 3, the Bible says, call unto me, and I'll tell you great and marvelous things that you know nothing about. So here in this book, especially in the site of worship, you have topics there like worship, consecration, prayers for warfare, deliverance, Holy Spirit, and grace. Praying even for our nation and our churches. So especially in the site of worship, most of the things that are written about worship. First of all, worship is when you give your total, your honor to God. So most of the things that I've written there are things that I've passed through. And I just use this book to say thank you, God. And this book also, like the testimonies that are there, will help many others who will be opportune to have this book, to know that the God we are serving is not a man. You can never imagine what He can do to your life. If He does not bless you now, He can bless you afterwards. So pray with that season according to the book of Thessalonians.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. And now, after this book, being somebody who like to work with people, to give out knowledge to the audience, to hear and to unmask, pass a message morally, spiritually, and then try to make the world and the people around you to get a message, because you cannot go, there are many sources of giving a message. I thought it wise that let me put up stories that will help the children, especially in our environment. In as a teacher, most of our books that we have been using are only about fairy tales. Our children are learning only stories about the white man. They tell you about kindergarten stories. Children don't know anything
about their own surrounding. Okay.
They tell you about Britain, about America. They tell you about they tell you about the things that are there. The children have never seen those things.
Can you just tell us the titles of the stories?
For example, when you look at Stupid Hen, Stupid Hen is for children like children between 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
It's a historical fiction on animals. All right. What caused the kite to be carrying the chick?
Okay.
You must have been noticing
These
it
are
every
common
time.
stories that
Yes,
you've grown up
yes,
listening to. Yeah.
and they are matched with pictures there. You know, when our children are used to pictures.
Yes.
Yes, children, pictures are tie
Colorful.
the story
Very
and colorful.
book. Okay.
Yes. I can even use this one to demonstrate. There's one school that the proprietors told me that a parent came when they started using it. A parent came that my child said he wants better book that 10 things are found there. Why? Because of the pictures that the child have seen there.
Yeah, it
yes, and it
it's
attracts them.
to
Yeah.
them, yeah.
And so that's one for nerds without the ages. And beside that, any other person can read it. You also have Apostles' birthday.
Okay.
Our children have been celebrating birthdays.
Okay.
They have been celebrating birthdays, but now some have not really know what to do. And when you tell them, like, write a story about your birthday party,
They won't know how
yes,
to do it.
and this one now, it helps them to know how to live in the society. When they go to a party, how to behave, how they can dress. You know, those things are common with children. At times when they eat and they throw food anyhow, they cry. Those things are common here.
Wow.
And then inside this book, you don't have only the stories. The book also serves as a workbook
Okay.
that they write.
Exercises. that
Yes,
do
they
that.
have the exercises. Following the curriculum that we have now and the pedagogy of integration of our nation,
Okay.
the children will read and it ties to their work.
Okay.
It will help them. And it are woven, it mix with other subjects that don't tie only to English literature. It helps them. That reading culture, you can bear with me, most of us grew up without knowing how to read.
Definitely.
And even now, our children always sit there, only trying to watch the TV.
and all
But you
that.
ask a child, what did you even hear from that what was said over the radio or the TV? The child will not be able to tell you. And then the readers, being so voluminous, the child will hardly read. But the story, since they are interesting, entertaining, the moral behind the story, when a child takes, the child will be eager to read the story, try to behave like the characters in it.
the book.
And as they are imitating, especially when they are playing, you see them talking, and the fluency goes. And that's how you see a child now will be bold, even to act like a stage play.
Yeah,
A child will be
in class,
able to
yeah.
act the drama. You have songs there that will help the children and the meaning of the songs. And going to our national culture that has still been put in our curricula, you have Bayangi there. I'm proud to say I'm a Manyu woman.
Okay.
I come from Manyu, Chang village precisely.
All right.
So I've written it there. A child who have never gone to Manfe
Manfe would
or
at
does
least
not know
know the names.
Kenyan, we know the names.
Names at
We
least.
know the meaning of some of the words. Like Monyen. Monyen means a little stream. A stream. Some of the words are there. Then now I don't want to talk much on this.
Okay.
Because the books are so many. You have Holiday with My Auntie, which has been
It's a storybook as well.
All of them are storybooks.
Okay.
This one has been existed since 2016. In fact, this is my first storybook.
Okay.
Yes, many schools are using it in Kumba. Kumba 1, 2, 3. Even yesterday, some of the head teachers were calling that they want to put it in their list. You can. These books are available at the Continental Bookshop and
Okay. I was
Royal
just about to
Bookshop.
ask where we could
Yes,
get the
Royal
books.
Bookshop, where most of them always go.
Okay.
So those who are used to this book is a story. It's a bit of fiction and reality of a little girl who visited her aunt, Auntie Melisha, and the things she enjoyed. And I want you to understand the setting of this story is Kumba, from Anglican to Mukube Street. Yes.
Is it a real story?
Yes.
It's a real story.
It's a real story and a
Okay.
bit of fiction there.
Okay.
It talks about Kumba amusement park that the children
that's
yes,
wonderful.
yes. So when
Real-
the children
real
read
things,
now,
real
yes,
places.
real things, yes.
Okay.
You see their pictures. They themselves they admire those things. Yes,
All right.
yeah. And then you have now
The last
Christmas
one.
party.
Okay.
Christmas party is comprised of, if you look at the picture, you see, what can you see on the picture? You see Morning Kim dance.
Okay.
That's from the
Morning
manual.
Kim- oh.
At least I should portray my culture.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
It's good.
And then I've not just written to portray my culture, but writing what the children need that will help them. Yes, it will help them. And it's not only for the children. Any other person can use the book.
Yeah, I think I
it's
would
for
like to
entertainment.
read
And then the children who are in the house, you give them to read. It will help them more. It will increase their
Vocabulary.
vocabulary. And then the moral behind the story it's not just for entertainment. The moral behind the story, it will help them a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good. So how do you stay motivated as a writer? You know, sometimes I struggle to write as well. There's some not so good days that you get up and you have a lot of work, but you really do not feel like writing. Do you keep a particular schedule that you follow? How do you stay motivated?
Okay, you see, as a writer, from when I wrote this book, that inspiration started coming. When I wrote this Holiday of My Auntie, the inspiration started coming. At times, even when I'm in the kitchen, those ideas come, and then it makes you just jot it, and then now you create time. As a writer, you should always create time.
Okay, to write.
It can be very early in the morning or midnight when the atmosphere is conducive. There's no distraction. And secondly, as a writer, most often I isolate myself so that as the inspiration is coming, yes, I write.
Okay.
And then you should have enough time. Writers hardly have time, but you should create time. If you create even 1 hour and you sit, I jot down something.
Okay.
The next day, even when you're sleeping, even in your bedroom, as you're sleeping, as it comes, you just jot. Then now you create a time now to develop it.
Okay.
And when you develop it, at times you can develop and the story does not flow. When it comes again, as that inspiration comes again, you add it and then you develop it.
Wow.
You see your story has come. And then you will not end there. You give to editors to help you also.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
because you'll not be able
important
to pick out the errors.
Everything that's happening.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wow. So far you are focused on gospel books and educational books.
Yeah.
Is there any other genre that you like to work on, or you're just comfortable with these ones?
No, I also like to be a screenwriter.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
That's good.
I've written some even, just that there's no time, and then as an actress, I've given some of the stories out, and those ones have shot.
Okay. Other
Yes.
producers are working on.
Other producers are working on them. Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
So you said we can get these books. Tell us again where we can actually get.
Yeah,
these
you can
books.
get them at Continental Bookshop
Okay.
and Royal Bookshop.
Okay.
Yes.
Continental Bookshop and Royal Bookshop.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. It was really nice having you here and hearing all about your books. Are you currently working on any book right now?
I'm working on the second impression of Holiday with My Auntie.
Okay.
The reason being that I want the work to be totally creative, that's creative writing. So I want to change the pictures that are here, because these are real pictures.
Real pictures, yeah.
The pictures here are real pictures, so I want to change. And then the volume too is small, so I'm developing the story to suit the level that is using it. Even though children, the readers like it, but I want to improve on it. That will be the second impression of the book. And that one, I'm first of all fortunate that the books have been published.
Yeah, I was about to ask, who is your publisher? Who do you publish with?
Book House in Yaoundé.
Oh, in Yaoundé.
Yeah,
Okay,
Book House in
because
Yaoundé have published my books.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. They look really nice.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. I mean, what you're doing is so amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you so much, and keep up the good work. Thank you for thinking about children and how we could best serve them and develop them.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for making me to be on set also. I
Okay.
like your place.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for listening to. Let's have a break. When we come back, we're going to welcome a man behind the camera. Stay tuned.
Manga est vieille, elle est bordel. Elle est belle vieille, mais elle est bordel. Manga est vieille, mais elle est bordel. Oh. Elle est belle vieille, mais elle est bordel. Moi-même je vois quand je m'imba, mais je n'ai pas les dos. La galette du pays pour tuer. Dans mes wakala, j'ai ciblé une yango. Moula, je vais pas la laisser. Sexy choco, tu m'es aimé. Joli bébé, you know, I go carry
m'a fâché. Wonderful. Elle veut m'embrouiller.
She tell me say she been a virgin, but I'ma know she been a bordel. I don't shit, I don't reveal.
Oh, Shawaman, c'est une bordelle, mais une bordelle vierge. Oh, Shawaman, c'est une bordelle, mais une bordelle vierge. Oh, Shawaman, c'est une bordelle, mais une bordelle vierge. Oh, Shawaman, c'est une bordelle, mais une bordelle vierge.
One yes, two yes, three yes. Elle boit comme une fontaine. Elle dit chérie je t'aime. I know say she dit putain. J'ai déjà dépensé toutes mes petites miettes sur vrai. Woko loko.
Dangana Shawaman, c'est une bandite. Je dis allons chez moi, elle me dit tu as menti. Je voulais jouer les tonnes, elle m'a fini. Ah petit malin, malin et demi.
Wonderful,
Elle veut m'attacher,
wonderful.
elle veut m'embrouiller.
She tell me say she been a virgin, but I'ma know she been a bordel. I don't shit, I don't reveal.
Oh, Shawaman, c'est une bordelle vierge. Oh, Shawaman, c'est une bordelle, mais une bordelle vierge. Oh, Shawaman, c'est une bordelle, mais une bordelle vierge. Oh, Shawaman, c'est une bordelle, mais une bordelle vierge.
Salut à tout le staff de Crédit Union combattant Kumba. Nepet Lorendo, grand manager de la Bastaride Kumba. Titi Banderas, l'homme très fort. Englishman Joe Fashion. DJ Boro Sangue.
Dangana Shawaman, c'est une bandite. Je dis allons chez moi, elle me dit tu as menti. Je voulais jouer les tonnes, elle m'a fini. Ah petit malin, malin et demi. Dangana Shawaman, c'est une bandite. Je dis allons chez moi, elle me dit tu as menti. Je voulais jouer les tonnes, elle m'a fini. Ah petit malin, malin et demi.
Welcome back to Good Morning K-Town, your breakfast show on KCBS TV. Our next guest is Director of Photography for Sanctuary Films. He's Davis Daniel Otis. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Good Morning K-Town.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, ma'am.
So we are so happy to have you here this morning. You have always been behind the camera. You know, it's good to be in front of the camera, right? Once, right?
Yes, yes.
How does it feel to be in front of the camera? Because you're always behind the camera, directing people in front of the camera. So how does it feel to be in front of the camera?
You know, the both of them, they are two different things.
Okay.
You know? And it's something that has to do with passion.
Okay.
If you want to be in front of the camera, it's normal. If you
Okay.
want to be behind the camera, it's just a matter of choice.
All right, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. So for how long have you been into cameras and movies and all that?
6 years.
Oh, 6 years.
Yes,
Wow.
ma'am.
So did you learn it from anywhere? How hard? Tell me about your journey.
It's the whole thing started like it was not supposed to be like that.
Okay.
You know, my elder brother, who is now a director,
Okay.
he was this person that always deals with camera. You know, so there are times that he will buy a new camera and he will come, he will tell me to set it, that
Yeah.
he was going to use it for Christmas programs like snapping. So he would just give me like a challenge, and I will sit back, study.
Go through the settings
Yes,
and everything.
if I don't do it, meaning it will not work that Christmas. So I just started
Wow.
studying the cameras. From there, he started giving me to do videos for him, stuff like that. That's how it all started.
You know, that's always the best way to learn. No, there's no pressure.
Yes,
you take
ma'am.
your time to really go through things. That's really good. You have to thank your brother for that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So do you ever desire to work in front of the camera? I know you've said that, but do you ever desire to work in front of the cameras?
Yeah. Aside being behind the camera, I also act well. So at times it's just that you know, the nature of my job wouldn't permit me to stand in front of the camera. But I really have plans of going in front of the camera too.
All right,
Yes, ma'am.
that's good.
Yes.
So what about writing? What about writing movies? Are you into that?
No, I don't write movies.
Okay, you don't
I don't write movies.
So what challenges do you often face as a DOP? What are some of the difficulties that you face?
You know, there are a lot of difficulties. You know, for me, as a DOP, the most challenging situation that I face is when you want to work with a big director or let me say producer. The question they'll be asking you is what type of camera are you using? They will not ask you how qualified are you, how experienced are you. So once they start discovering that you don't have the camera that match up to their standard, according to them, some will be expecting that you use a Blackmagic 6K Pro to shoot, while you can only afford Sony A7 Mark III or something like that. So once you don't have such cameras, they'll start looking down on you. They don't bother to know how qualified are you. The thing is, they will just want to know the cameras that you are using. So if the camera that you are using is not up to their standard, they will not recommend you for a job. So it's really bad. So for me, I would prefer that they know the qualities you have as a DOP, so that you can give good output. Yes, that's it.
Okay. But does the camera really matter?
For me, as a DOP, with all the experience I have, good cameras, it matters, but what matters most is you knowing what to do with the camera you are holding.
Okay.
Yes, you might still have a Blackmagic 6K Pro and somebody is using Sony H300 or 600, and the person will have a greater output than you that you're using a Blackmagic 6K. It just depends on the mindset, on how studied or how good you are in the field. That's just it.
Good.
Yeah.
But is there a situation where, have you ever faced a situation where you're working with the director and then your ideas are clashing about how a particular shot is supposed to be?
Yeah, a couple of them. You know, these things like that. There are some directors who are not updated. So when they come on set, they will tell you, like, when you want to shoot a conversation, they will tell you it's a must that you shoot over the shoulder, so that you take the character A and B at the same time, of which those things have evolved. We don't use them anymore. There's a new way we position or compose our shots, so they should come out great. But there are some directors who will still stick in those outdated way, and you just have to work like that, of which it's not going to be fine, because there are some DOPs who are advanced, so they'll just be looking at you like you don't know what you are doing.
Right. So how do you update your knowledge? You've talked about updating your knowledge with the current trend of events and technology. How do you update?
Yeah, you need to have somebody you look up to, like a mentor. Yes, when you see the person updating, you yourself, you need to update to that standard. But if you don't have a mentor, you can also study online. You see some upgrades, then from there you can start matching up to today's market, because what we are looking for is the popularity. Because
So
many people believe that Cameroon movies are not good.
No, we are trying. We have come a long way. We are doing good now. So how often do you go to the internet to watch the work of other movies, like Hollywood movies, to get ideas from there? Do you do that at all?
Every day?
Okay.
Every day.
All right.
I update my status every day. I don't like to be in one position.
So what is the highest quality of camera that we have now? Because I know I'm currently hearing about 4K. I mean, those days 4K was not better. I'm hearing 4K. I even had 8K the other day.
Yeah.
So there's 8K now.
There's 8K.
There's 8K.
There are some cameras who shoot on standards that is unbelievable.
Okay.
Like a Red Dragon camera is quite expensive, because you can afford it for 26 million. But
26 million.
Yeah. It's actually a very good camera. That is the peak of any quality you can ever have.
Okay, that's good. So you are also an editor. You edit, right?
Not really.
Okay.
No, I don't edit.
Okay, you don't edit.
No.
All right, that's good. So are you currently working on any project right now?
Yes, I have a couple of projects I'm working on, like Missing Ring, that will be in Boya. In about a week's time, I'll be in Boya shooting.
Okay.
Then I also have another major feature film, that is Devil's Mirror, that I'm supposed to shoot. That should be after the GC because some of our actors are students.
Oh, okay. So you have to wait for them to.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, they're very understanding as a production house.
I don't want to do something that will not suit anybody.
Yeah, you're going to be in a haste and it's not going to be out the best. Okay, that's good.
Yes,
so you also shoot music videos.
Yeah.
You know, music videos are quite. Are they similar to films? What's the difference between shooting a movie and
in a music video, it requires a lot of creativity. Yes, a lot of creativity and a lot of directing skills. Right. You know, the way you shoot a music video is completely different from the way you shoot a film.
Okay.
Yes. You know, when you shoot a film, it's normal for you to just have an easy setup. But when you are shooting a music video, you need to be creative.
Yeah, the shots also.
Yes.
Creative shots.
That's it.
Over the head shots.
That's it. You have a lot of shots to take. And a lot of equipments too. But when you're shooting a movie, there's no need for you to take a gimbal stabilizer. All you need to do is your tripod, your reflectors, lights, and I'm sure you can use a dolly trucking if you want to do a professional film. That's it.
Wow. So far, how many movies have you done? Like, have you been behind the camera, like working on?
Yeah, I've shot about, let's say, on a rough side, let's just say I've shot about 15 short films and about 10 feature films. That is movies that are having part 1, part 2. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you're really doing well. And just for your, is it 6 years?
Yeah, 6 years.
You've been working. That's good. That's good. All right, thank you so much, Davis Daniels. It's so nice. I love movies. You know, I'm into the thing, so I love talking about it. So thank you so much for being here and for telling us all about your work.
Thank you.
I wish you and Sanctuary Movies all the best.
Thank
Sanctuary
you.
Films all the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Now let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to have early captions with Eswa Julius. Stay tuned to Good Morning K-Town.
You must tell me what is happening.
But I told them I was not responsible for the pregnancy, and they left peacefully, officer. So I don't see any problem. I don't see any problem with that.
Oh no. Hold it!
Tell your father that there will be no peace in this house until he gets that son he is looking for with wives. Let them come. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I like it or not.
If you joke,
my husband.
Mom, please, just stop it. Please stop it.
I am not your mother.
Mom, please.
African face so na. Hey. One in your mama how. Anytime when I no get money, my baby know you understand. Anytime when I no get money, my baby know you appreciate you. She go climb for bed with her phone, start text her ex. Make them shoot the program for soiree, make she flex. She go for night, come for money, can't knock my door. If I want talk, she go climb for my head, start to shout. Oh no, Akomoramba, I don't fall in love with this scammer. Rimungana scammer. Oh yeah, I don't fall in love with this scammer. No. Yeah, Rimungana scammer. Oh, I don't fall in love with this scammer. Oh yeah. If she find out say I got money, she go always dressing sexy. She go to call me darling. She go always stay beside me. She go bring loneliness for me. Tell me the thing where she want to. My baby, yeah. You don't take me now for scam. I try hard to make you smile, but this is how you wanna play me. You show me your ex, then you tell me say, now your cousin. Yeah, oh no, Akomoramba, oh no, I don't fall in love with this scammer. Rimungana scammer. Oh yeah, I don't fall in love with this scammer. No. Yeah, Rimungana scammer. don't fall in love with this scammer. Oh yeah. Every day fake story from you, girl. Your phone the ring, ningy ningy nanga 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 ningy ningy. Oh na na, if I want talk, you the tell me say now your uncle. Which kind of uncle? Where they call your phone now for me night yeah. Oh no number oh, akomoramba oh. Oh no nimba yeah. Oh no number oh, akomoramba oh. Oh no nimba I don't fall in love with this scammer. Rimungana scammer. Oh yeah. I don't fall in love with this scammer. No. Yeah. Rimungana scammer. I don't fall in love with this scammer. Oh yeah. Rimungana scammer. Oh yeah. I don't fall in love with this scammer. No. Yeah. Rimungana scammer.
Hello baby.
Hello baby. Yes, I think we'll go to Mama Mia. I think we'll go to Mama Mia. And I did so they need money.
Yeah, me come with me love from hometown. Yeah, Rastafari, never leave my paper, but sure. This boy in me hometown. Me just want to show some love. My most precious thing. Yeah, me come with me love from hometown. Yeah, Rastafari, never leave my paper, but sure. This boy in me hometown. Me just want to show some love. My most precious thing.
Good morning. You are watching KCBS TV, the Kumba City Broadcasting Service. This is early captions of your paper review slot on GMKT. You're welcome. Today I'm joined by a prolific journalist. He's a co-host of the flagship program of Cavalry Good News, Hidowell HTW. He is Mr. Chris Ngome Samuel, someone I'm always pleased to stand by. Good morning, Mr. Chris.
Good morning, Julius Eswa. I want to go the conventional way of journalistic nuggets and tendencies. I don't want to call him Mr. Julius this morning. Okay. So I just have to be versatile sometimes. Okay. So Julius Eswa, it's good to meet you again.
Well, it's my pleasure as well. Today we're going to go through a couple of papers, 5 in number. The Post, the Guardian Post, Mutation, Emergence, Le Monde de Réalité.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll begin with the Post. They say the sorry state of roads in Anglophone Cameroon portrays marginalization.
That's a very capital truth because when you come to the road, there are a number of plethora of roads which are really deplorable. They are not even bad, but they are worsened. They are in their deteriorated stage every day, like the road, my own, from where I'm coming from, the Bakosi land, the Bangam road is quite deplorable. The road from Loom to Tombe, quite deplorable. From Kumba to Tombe, quite deplorable. Babaju to Bamenda, quite deplorable. A number Kumba, Ekondo Titi, Kumba Mondemba is come and see, go and tell. So the road
that's only in the southwest you are listening.
Only in the southwest because I'm from that region.
The famous ring road in Bamenda.
The famous ring road in Bamenda. They always give us lofty, give us hilarious promises, but which none of them are being fulfilled. None of them.
Bamenda is your second home, no?
Like he said, he always said it's my second home. I wonder That is just mere word without without being matched with reality.
Okay.
How can you say this is my home? Then you don't want to fix, you don't want to refurbish, you don't want to furnish the home with a lot of good pleasantries, so to
we
speak.
We have representatives there who are the senators and the MPs. What are they doing in Parliament?
I want to tell you that Cameroon's politics is a belly politics.
Okay.
It's a belly politics. So no matter what they will be advocating at the nonsense of the rally, when you say nonsense at the beginning, when you want to go into politics, for example, I will tell you, we'll give you the road, I'm going there to speak for you people and the rest. But when they go there, it appears there was a big elephant that swallowed them up, that swallowed up their ideas, swallow up their personality, swallow up their objectives and goals, and instead instigate or put in them a different mindset. You can imagine putting them different mindset. They just think about grabbing the money, taking the money, and constructing their personal houses and sending their children abroad.
Or is it the government? I don't know. This issue of road.
The parliament are the representatives of the people.
So
the parliament are the representatives of the people.
Okay.
So they are the one to lobby. They are the one to talk on behalf of the people. They are the one to lobby in the ministry, the offices, and said, my roads are not good where I am coming from, so you guys should do something. And they will tell you that they have some of them will say they have lobbied, they have tried and go through the offices. Yes, Julius is
qualifying statement, okay? The suffix of this statement.
Okay, sir.
The sorry state of roads, this says portrays marginalization, which means Anglos have no voice. Is that what that means?
Yes, they are marginalized.
Even if they talk, nobody listens to them.
They don't listen to them.
It portrays marginalization.
In another word,
so they have no voice.
Yes, it's telling
us.
Is
that what they imply?
That's what they are trying to say, because are you trying? Because the parliamentarians have tried. Some of them
Cameroons and Cameroons have been tired. Why?
Yes, some of the Southwest, some of the Anglophone elites have tried to knock the right doors and whatever lobby, but their voices are not heard. And nothing is being done to come and
because Anglophone.
Yes, not being done to come to the ground and do the work. So you don't expect, but the other places in the other regions, you see spontaneous actions are being taken when the roads are bad and the rest they move into it. Let's pray so. We pray so.
Also in the post, talk of mass exodus from Kumbo due to incessant raids.
They will tell us that the crisis is over. Red as in RAID, telling us about the invention. Every day, especially in Bui division, like you just cited, Combo. Every day, like yesterday, is the same thing. Fighting either the separatists, tracking
villages
down the regular army and burning down villages and houses, or the opposite, the other way around. The military is tracking down and killing the separatists and burning down houses. The other day they said the military, I think in Boom somewhere, in Bui division, that they burnt out, set ablaze good houses, good looking houses in that village, putting them down, set ablaze those good looking houses and sending people into the bushes, lives that the people have not been used to. So it's quite unfortunate that but the government officials, especially the Minister of Territorial Administration, will tell you that they are winning the war. I don't know which war they are winning, because we still hear raid here and there, invasions here and there by either the military or the separatists. So they're
winning the war.
They're still fighting. The fighting is still ongoing. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, we move over to the Guardian Post. The Guardian Post tells us that the police tear gas protesting traders in Douala.
It's quite unfortunate. I laugh because that's a routine. That's a routine tendency of the.
Were they tear gas because they were protesting, or they were tear gas because they did the wrong thing during protesting? If you are just protesting, but if you start throwing stones or breaking houses, the police may have to disperse the crowd.
I don't think so. It's like I said, it's a routine tendency of the security forces in this country. Whether you are protesting, you are doing a normal protesting, or you're doing whatever protesting, they always come and do execute the tear gas or shoot live bullet. You can understand, do the shooting with live bullet. So it's quite unfortunate that the police, I don't know how they are being trained, or the security forces, I don't know where they are trained and how they are being trained, which things are being inculcated in them,
and
how to treat.
They receive while going
on the field. So I don't understand. You must not give out tear gas to the people or throw tear gas to the people.
You can still control the crowd
without necessarily throwing tear gas on the people. So there are other ways. Like I always say, there are many ways to catch a rat. So it's not only the hostile, the volatile, and the very harsh method of doing things. That's to prove your supremacy and your authority over the citizens, which you have been trained to come and protect, but you are instead suppressing, repressing, and subjugating and inflicting torture on those citizens. So it's quite unfortunate. What a beautiful country.
Let's hope someone is listening. Yes. Also in the Guardian Post, Bamenda Babajiro wrote to say our national shame. This word keeps coming up, this particular road.
Every day. The other day, the Babajo is in the council, just they had to raise phone there and there. If you have money, give so that we should put blocks, these stone blocks, so that the cars, the vehicles can pass, the cars can pass, the buses can pass.
How do the military go there with their vehicles?
Maybe their vehicles are being wired in a way that they could tread any road without any hitches, without any obstacles or hindrances. They have the 4-wheel drives, and sometimes these vehicles are done intentionally.
But you understand that the greatness of a nation is not judged from the strength of a military, but from the dignity of the people.
That's what we are trying
to say.
So
if you have a good military that can travel and the people are not comfortable, then that is not a good nation.
That's not a good nation. That's not a good nation. Where you invest more on the might of the military, and then you forget the welfare of your people, then I don't think it's a good nation.
Also in the Guardian Post, they say Northwest, Southwest. Talking about the Northwest and Southwest civil crisis, Cameroon has been dragged to the UN Committee on Torture for human rights abuses.
Serious violation of human rights in this country.
What is the UN Committee on Torture? What is that? What branch? What Cameroon is that?
I'm just getting it from now, but I think that committee has been there, but it's been silent. And recently it's been very, very, very active because of the crimes being committed, zones, crises all over the world, and especially in Africa. Yes, especially in Africa and our own country, Cameroon. And so, normally, Mr. Julius Esua, when I arrest you, when I pick you like a separatist, I must not kill you. I shouldn't kill you. I should follow the legal proceedings. Yes, to find out whether you are a suspect or you are a criminal. And then you go through you may serve the jail terms, and after that, I don't know what next. But in this country, they don't understand that language. As they just catch you and they suspect you that you are an amber or whatever their instinct and intuitions and sentiment tell them, and they will just look at me that Chris might be an amber or a separatist, and they don't care, they just shoot you. So it's quite unfortunate. Also on the side of the separatists, this issue of hacking people into pieces, chopping people into pieces, human life, you're chopping them into pieces, beheading, cutting off their heads and burying people alive. That's quite a humongous violation of human rights.
Because in the standard society, someone is first of all a person of interest, then a suspect, then brought to court. If he's guilty, he's now become a
convict.
But not just meet someone and they just and they shoot the person.
Yes, on both parties today, Mr. Julius. That's why we need to be careful. If somebody goes now has a difference with you, a problem with you, and goes to the separatists and tells them that you have black leg, they don't even carry investigations, and they will just come and pick you up and then do whatever they want to do with you. After all, and they have their guns and the rest. The same thing with the military. If they tell that, oh, that's a separatist, they don't even try to find out or carry out the necessary investigations that need to be carried out. They just get you into their barracks or there and they just shoot you.
Something will be done in that
gone.
respect.
It's quite unfortunate.
Also in the Guardian Post, the Social Democratic Front, which is I think the second political party in the country, they have urged President Paul Biya during their 31st anniversary that President Paul Biya regime should swallow pride and embrace federalism.
Okay, I think the SDF party has been doing some stride, has been making some stride,
and stood on federalism for long. It's not only
yeah,
today.
for so long that has been their stance.
And most other people say they're not against it, but they want to know if it is a two-state federalism and or 10-state. And most people are scared of two-state, especially from of two-state. Are like these people want to
go back to where they are coming from.
But SDF says they should accept. By federalism, they mean no more appointed governors, no appointed SDOs.
Yeah,
that actually mean.
That's what they're saying. No more.
If you are giving 11 state federalism, whatever, 50 states, but people should elect their local authorities.
Yes, it's been obtained in America, in Germany, Nigeria, and the rest of those countries which practice federalism. So their cry is very meaningful. It's constructive that Paul Biya and his regime should swallow up pride and then and which for me I think is one of the best options.
Talking about decentralization, which is not
the best option. Yes,
regional councils have no voice; they're just there. They have no power.
No powers. They tell you that whatever regional council Dr. Atem Chief Bako was saying the other day, that
frustrating because
it's frustrating. They've just bought his office equipment, and he comes there and just sit idling and nothing, no budget, nothing to run with, no logistics and the rest. So it's quite putting things in place that you are not ready to furnish them, to run with them, or to make them to implement them to the latter. It's quite unfortunate. That's what we're trying to say. So let's eliminate this aspect, because they told us in the national dialogue, they told us that special status will avoid the interference, the intervention and interference of the SDOs.
But nothing have changed.
That's the senior divisional officer. For some of you who are out of the country, that's how we see we obtain it here in this country. The senior divisional officer, the divisionals or the DO, that they will not have the voices. So it's the local people who have their voices, who elect the people. But it is not applying, not at all. It's not applying, not at all, Mr. Julius. So it's quite the governor still has a very
the SDO has all the powers.
A very huge say. The SDO still have the powers, and every divisional officer still have the powers. So
I hear that there might be a second dialogue. National.
That's is purported.
It's purported. Okay, that was the Guardian Post. Let's move now to mutation. Mutation is paper in French.
Yeah.
Talk about COVID gate. They say the political class, they're asking the head show role about this COVID-19 money that was spent.
The head should really be real.
Minister should be arrested, not just talking on.
They should be arrested.
A lot. It's a scandal, if you ask me.
Yes, I heard that they're already passing through the court, the criminal court, to give account how the money, that the different amount of money allotted to their...
There's one minister who had 60 billion.
Yes, allotted to their different ministries of how they should have carried on with the money, they should have used the money, yes, so to speak. But some of them are already passing through the criminal court.
Something I still don't understand.
For investigations.
Why is it that everything must come from Yaoundé?
That's a question.
Because in Germany, for example, all the councils have their accounts. So money just comes and goes through. Why must money meant for Kumba pass through Yaoundé? Yaoundé sends it to the government, but the government sends it to the EZO. EZO now calls the mayor. Let's see, this is a budget. The boy and must take that 20%. Now it works. 20% must go.
I think they have been fooling us for a very long time now. They've been fooling us. Like I said a while ago, the special status or whatever the resolution, one of the resolutions from the national dialogue, they will tell you decentralization, but I don't see any decentralization. The government is still over centralized.
And created a ministry for that.
And they have even created a ministry for that.
There's more money going now because he's going to have a budget, having money,
and to kind of create a decoy on us, which is it's a fat lie, because this thing is not working, is not applicable. You understand? It's not applicable. These guys have collected, and you know what is happening with this country? They deal with raw cash, liquids,
which is still
liquidity ratio.
In
yes,
2021.
In 2021, in the 21st century, with you see a minister will carry liquid ratio, the liquid, in a liquid form,
legal
the money,
tender.
Legal tender. I beg your pardon. Legal tender
is in
his briefcase. You just can't imagine how will he not be tempted, or she will not be tempted.
I learned the last time that
money.
The Lions were going to, I think it was in Belgium, that they had no breakfast.
Yes.
So the person who carried the money to, I think, miss his flight. So the team is moving and somebody has to carry their money. Don't they have accounts?
It's quite funny.
Do those players not have their personal bank
I think we
accounts?
should talk a lot on this. These people, one of the things now, you see what is going to be reviewed now, because the how do I put it, enlarging the proportion or the number of cases of COVID said is because they wanted money from the IMF or international financial donors, increasing the figures, magnifying, inflating figures, and now we are discovering it, because it seems they want to go for the second round of the money, and they're asking them, you guys should give us the account of the first amount we gave you people. So that's where the bone is on their neck now. It's on their necks, and so they're trying to clear the air that they have not mismanaged the budget. But whereas they have mismanaged, a lot of them have mismanaged, and junk and huge sum of amount were being allotted or allocated to their ministries, and nowhere to be found, especially the two ministries, if you ask my opinion, that needs to be convicted or needs to be arrested. The two ministers that need to be arrested is the Minister of Public Health, Malachi, yes, and the Minister of Scientific Research, Dr. Madeleine Chuente. Especially Dr. Madeleine Chuente, she collected this huge sum of amount of billions, saying that there will be COVID centers or whatever, scientific whatever research centers, but she has not built anyone. And tell you, they did this mafia. I don't know, say every minister that we do the mafia scammers in the name of ministers, that they say they have produced chloroquine. Whereas they didn't produce the chloroquine, they just sent and they packaged it in India and put the name there, made in Cameroon. And you can imagine this.
Terrible.
It's terrible. And then Senate deported it to Cameroon. But she was claiming, and the other scientific ministry officials, that we have made chloroquines and the rest.
Go and see the person in charge might be the cousin.
You may well want to know that. So the money is,
because once you're a minister, all your colleagues start having NGOs and letterheads.
When we call billion, it's
1,000 million.
It's small, but it's 1,000 million, and somebody is siphoning 46 billion, which is 46,000 million.
Where do you add money?
What do you want to do with that money? That's the question I ask. If not wickedness, if not occultism, if not witchcraft, if not, I don't understand. That is disturbing these people up there. So I don't understand. So that is it. They need to pass through and giving the desired punishment they need to they deserve. So that's what I'm trying to say. But I learned that two of the ministers refused that they should not be audited. Minister of Territorial Administration and Minister of Vocational Training. That is Issa Chiruma Bakari and Atangaji. So it's quite, you see, some of them think they have the country in their hands and say, let the person who appoint me as minister come and audit me. You see, so
now let's move to another paper.
Yes, sir.
Emergence. Emergence says, talking about Chang, more deaths again in Chang, that he. Please.
That road, I don't understand, but that road is well tarred. I think you've been there. It's well tarred, because if it were not tarred, we would have said this. I want to say maybe one of the disadvantages of that road is because it's too stiff. The hill is too stiff and it's narrow. The narrow nature.
But don't you think vehicles
and the vehicle overspeeding
and overloading?
Heavy duty vehicles as well overloading. And so
it always breaks failure.
Yeah, brake failures too.
Because it always carry more than a vehicle
can carry. So one of the things I observed, which are causing the accident, is the steep nature of that road, the narrow nature as well, overloading of the vehicles and overspeeding as well,
and poor state,
the poor state of
at
sometimes
times,
the carelessness of the driver.
The driver knows that the car does not have good brakes, they still carry people.
That's what I'm saying. The poor state of the car.
They said they'll manage it.
They said they'll manage it, and so they are just there for the money. They say when something start for rotting, where they add fish to rotting for up. Now so the whole thing, all man and money, they careless about people's lives. Yeah. That's how the government is. So
also in the Mejang, say 50 tons of contraband sugar seized in Kuseri.
50 tons, like you said, the other people when I was here, they pounded and some gold, amount of gold. And today is a sugar packet of sugar. How will they, but if you look in this country, there is limited supply of sugar. The company here does not produce the amount of sugar the
cannot
people
supply
the national needs of the people. So these people are forced to go and make or do fake sugar and bring them to the country, and they have been doing that.
Imagine the high risk.
Yes, the high risk involved in it, and they have been doing that. Julius says so. I must tell you the truth. They have been doing that. It's rather unfortunate that day was a bad day for.
Or maybe they didn't pay,
or they didn't settle. Like we said it on quote in Cameroon language. They didn't choco on quote.
They didn't lubricate their way through.
They lubricate. Thank you, sir, for that expression. They didn't lubricate their way through.
Yeah,
and that's where the problem. That's where you could hear this news now. This item
and
that the custom officials have.
And people should put the head
confiscated some
of their competitors ahead rather than allowing sugar that from unknown source. You don't know who was.
But you can't blame them. Everybody is fighting. It's a jungle. Cameroon is a jungle that you're fighting. The strong is fighting to survive. You must fight to survive because
it's
the
like
way the country has been structured. If you are not in the political class or if you are not in their group, then you're gonna suffer.
Did you read this novel by William Golding called Lord of the Flies?
I've heard of that, but I've not read it. I've heard of it.
A plane crashed, and all the old people died, and those survived were young children. And you know how children can live, so that's to live. That's how we live in this country.
That's how we live. We live like orphans.
Yeah,
I think that's a picture you want to.
Yeah, because I love the flies.
Yes, we live like orphans.
All the children survive. All
the parents are died.
So they have to fend for themselves.
Yes, so that's how we live in this country.
You can
and I want to really
pick one.
I really want to laud the declaration or the utterance of one of the prelates of this country, renowned prelate Anjokia. I think last Saturday he called the politicians in this country that they are scammers.
And they scam their population.
They are scamming their population. It's just that they don't use machines or whatever, or like the young boys who do. But they are original, officialized and legalized, authorized scammers. So
the other asked,
like the COVID-19 form we were saying a while ago.
I was thinking aloud. How come that you are an MP for a town, Sekumba, you live in Yaoundé, and you come your bodyguard, Amoka and go back? That is scamming.
It's scamming. It's
total scamming.
Because you don't know the plight of your people. Yeah. You don't know what your people are going through. So you're just pretending. Yeah. All of them are scammers. We say, Anjokia, thank God the church is raising his head now,
of course,
and is raising his voice loud because the church was sleeping, especially the Catholic church where those members, ministers go to. Most of the ministers, Julius says, they attend the Catholic church.
Like myself, I'm not a minister.
They attend the Catholic church and I don't know, Archbishop Jean Baga in Yaoundé is not saying anything, and they're in their church in that cathedral in Yaoundé. He's not saying anything. So it's only the Anglophone prelate who could say that.
The last paper we'll take today is a paper called Le Monde de Réalité. It's the last paper we're going to take today.
Okay.
This will be good for you, of course. You have been very strict with this thing. The government has sacked 7,622 ghost workers. I mean, the government is doing good, if you ask me.
Joseph Lee is doing, if you want to ask me,
Okay.
Joseph Lee, the Minister of Public Service and Administrative Reform, he's doing well, seriously. He's one of those ministers who is really working.
Okay.
If you ask my opinion, he's one of those ministers. Recently, close to 500 workers have been sacked. Recently, literally, the document, you can have it, retrieve it.
Yeah.
They have been sacked. And he said this 7,900 and whatever is still in the process of being sacked. Their documents are already on the disciplinary council of that ministry, already been sacked. And they told us the other day that now they are recovering 4.5 billion CFA francs every month from fake workers. Ghost workers, workers who are dead, workers who have traveled, and the rest. So 4.5 billion. So for these years, the previous years, so we have been losing 4.5 billion. Mr. Julius, times 4.5 billion for say 10 years or 20 years each month. That's how much.
You give me that money, I will campaign to be president.
4.5 billion. I didn't say million. I think I should reiterate on that.
If you give that money, I'm going to bribe my way to it. Because if I'm going to buy and I'll be elected, you know. It's much money.
So he's doing great work.
I will appoint my co-worker Elias, Minister of Women Affairs.
We pray that goes right down to the subdivisional levels. And that's been
but please, just question: how this idea of ghost workers come? How do people get money when they don't work? The reason is organized mafia, because a lot of people are bored, they fly in, they say the sensors, they come and they fly back.
Like I tell you,
you see people say I'm going here because the sensors, and they, or maybe just call the.
We have this scamming tendency, like Archbishop Andrew Kia said. These things started from the ministers themselves. By creating that allowance, that stuff that we can do this for their own sake, their belly sake. They want the money, so they just create matricals. Flaunt matricals. For their own people who are not working. Like I said the other time, if you go to Yaoundé, Mr. Julius, which we are used to, when you go to Yaoundé, you see those. I don't want to mention. They are there just flooding around, and the rest frolicking and gallivanting around. Maybe they'll run to buy job. Do some errands. They'll do some errands, but they are on salary. They are just there to come and create fun, they laugh, and the rest. But these guys are on salary. They are not working anything, but they are on salary. They carry home each month 250,000 francs.
The minister
because
wants
they have
to buy bread,
uncles there,
buy.
they have aunties there, they have nieces or whatever there, and the rest. So they bet you that you have the certificate degree, you have the master's degree, you are a call box operator in Kumba. You are an Okada rider, a commercial motorbike rider in Kumba. But somebody who has not passed through the 4 walls of secondary school is collecting 300,000 back home each month.
There is a German proverb: "The Hoffnung stirbt am letzten." Hope doesn't die. Hope dies last. Let's hope that something will happen out of this cry.
We pray so. And I would really like to say this too: if you don't just neglect the rack. Don't just neglect the rack, because one day you will need the rack to clean up your shoes, right? If you say the rack is not useful now, but one day, the day you need that rack to clean up your shoes or to mop the floor. So be careful. Everything has their role. Everything is very important. The Anglophones are important. Yeah.
Mr. Chris Ngome, journalist with Kavara Good News Radio, host of Hey the World. It was a pleasure having you on KCBS TV today.
Always my delight. Always my delight sitting with you. Thank you so much for extending me that your kindness and your warmth and your grace to always sit beside you. And I also want to thank those who are watching all over the world. Thank you guys for being there. If you are not there, we will not be here.
You have fans all over also.
Are you sure? Yeah. I'm humbled. Thank you guys for making me big. Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you too, and your crew. Thank you, your presenter, Anna Christie Eswa. Thank you. All right. Thank you. I find it a pleasure being in your company.
Fervent viewers of KCBS Diabora, today in this version of Early Captions. Thanks for watching. Good morning, Cape Town. Continue. Stay tuned, KCBS. Bye bye.
Put your arms around me, tell me everything's okay. Darling, hold my hand. Oh, won't you hold my hand? 'Cause I don't wanna walk on my own anymore. Won't you understand?
my money go fix you. You don't got my love for, you don't win my heart oh. Them say you no fine oh, but you be in my choice oh. Them say you no swag oh, my mama I like you If you short or you tall low, my money go fix you You don't got my love for, you don't win my heart oh. Them say you no fine oh, but you be in my choice oh. Them say you no swag oh, my papa I like you If you short or you tall low, my money go fix you My sherry mama, my baby mama, don't be na my love so. Na sugar, na shocky, I dey feel for my heart too. If to say I dey quest too, you be the cure for my quest too. You make me fall in love, like the bands that don't jazzy. More my number, fuck on number, mure ma ho. Ngarana wamba fuck on number, ngarana ho. I know say you fine no, I know say you fine no, baby oh. I know say you bad oh, I know say you bad oh, baby oh. You don't got my love oh, you don't win my heart oh. Them say you no fine oh, but you be in my choice oh. Them say you no swag oh, my mama I like you If you short or you tall low, my money go fix you You don't got my love oh, you don't win my heart oh. Them say you no fine no, but you be in my choice oh. Them say you no swag oh, my papa I like you If you short or you tall low, my money go fix you Papa God, this is my thanksgiving for you giving me my heart desire. But Papa God, I dey beg, if to say I die today, if I want come back for this one, Papa bring me the same one. Give me the same wife, Papa give me the same money. I love my wife oh, love the sweet oh, my baby boo oh. More my number, fuck on number mure ma ho. Ngarana wamba fuck on number ngarana ho. I know say you fine no, I know say you fine no, baby oh. I know say you bad oh, I know say you bad oh, baby oh. You don't got my love oh, you don't win my heart oh. Them say you no fine oh, but you be in my choice oh. Them say you no swag oh, my mama I like you If you short or you tall low, my money go fix you You don't got my love oh, you don't win my heart oh. Them say you no fine no, but you be in my choice oh. Them say you no swag oh, my papa I like you If you short or you tall low, my money go fix you
It's J Perry.
Welcome back to Good Morning K-Town, your breakfast show on KCBS TV. Let's welcome Elizabeth Belua with Soul Talk. Eli, good morning.
Good morning, Christy.
How are you doing today?
I'm always fine.
Oh, you're always fine. Good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
How are you doing? You look very beautiful today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I really like your outfit.
All right. Thanks.
Oh, thank God today you don't have the hair fascinator, so I don't appreciate
We
your
are
hair.
the same. We have to. I mean, I don't have the hair fascinator, but I think we have something in common. We are all natural girls.
Yeah.
It takes guts to be natural. Don't you think? It takes a lot of confidence.
Christy.
Yeah, to be natural.
We are getting to that place.
Yes,
Don't remove the cat from the bag.
Also, is this what you want to talk about today?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
But first things first, I want to ask you a question, and I hope you give me the right answer.
Okay.
Now, if a plane crashes at the border between Kenya and Rwanda, where do we bury the survivors?
Survivors are alive. Why do you have to bury them?
Okay, that's nice. At least you got it right.
I don't bury the brief, please.
Because on social media, people said, "Oh, you have to bury the survivors." That we don't know if the survivors are from Kenya or they are from Rwanda, so we need to go and check. And
Jesus.
people gave answers. I was like, okay. Do they even understand what they mean by burying the survivors?
I don't know. Probably they are. You know, they have their vibes from Cameroon, burying the bereaved.
Yes, we bury the bereaved and we mourn with the corpse.
Very interesting times to be living in this country.
You know, Cameroon now, we are in a fun zone. I tell people that it's not a war zone, we're in a fun zone where everything is just sit back and laugh.
I mean, it takes out a lot of stress. So when some of these things come up, you know, with the stress that's going on, you just laugh.
Just laugh and you say, oh my God.
I'm telling you, we are going to look back many years from now and we'll say, wow, these years were really interesting years in the country.
I'm telling you, Christy, there's something I'm seeing in our society today and it really disturbs my mind, you know.
All right.
Why do people want to fake their lives to impress people?
I know. Well, I think people are living a life of impressions.
It's so annoying. You know, people live, that's it, the life of impressions, and it's so annoying. You know, I have this friend of mine. We grew up together in the same quarter, and fortunately, he's a musician. And when I was in Form 5, he quit school. He says he wants to be a musician. And he told us that he was signed by an international company. I don't know what that happens. And few months back, I saw him. Now, I'm not seeing him as an artist, but he just has these big words in his mouth. I want to go get some dresses for Stanley Eno. You know, I am the designer for Tizi Panchak. I'm like, what? You know, the guy lies to a point that is so annoying. I always tell people that don't talk about a life that you can live, please. Because no matter how sweet a lie is, it's never the truth. You know, just be comfortable. You know, this lack of contentment is really an issue in this 21st century. People are not happy with what they have. You see, if you are in the quarter, say I'm in the quarter, and live your life very peacefully. Stop telling people what you have, that you have nothing.
You know, that's what happens. You would have just asked him, like, but you said you wanted to be a musician. How come you're now working with musicians?
You know, some 2 weeks back, I saw him. He told me that as I'm seeing him like this, he has to go to Douala because Nabila has a music concert and he has to be there to make sure that everything is in place.
Okay.
So yeah, I saw him in the morning and in the evening I saw him again and he was like trying to run away from me. I said, come, I've seen you, come. What are you doing in Kumba? He says that no, something happened. He had to collect a jewelry and this dress. She wants to wear an African dress. So he has given a command to a tailor and I'm like, you know, I really enjoy him telling lies because I know he was lying.
Yeah, you're
and I was
playing
just enjoying.
Fool.
I was just playing the fool, like to fool those people who think they're fooling
you, right?
I was just
playing the fool in order to fool the fool.
What's really happening? You know, from your own side of view, what causes people to be that way?
You know, sometimes those are the effects of inferiority complex. Complex has it manifests in several ways, in different ways. Sometimes somebody might have a complex, and it could either be inferiority complex or superiority complex. Yeah, that's also an issue.
Yeah,
there should be a balance. You know, you should be somewhere that you're just assertive. You should not be too confident about yourself or underconfident. You know, when you get to that point where you have that superiority complex, it becomes arrogance, right? And then you begin to feel as if you're above every person. And sometimes even inferiority complex could manifest in such ways, such that you feel like you feel like you're so low that you need to use your words to bring yourself up, right? Those are all the manifestations. So those are the things. You know, he wanted to be a common musician. That's what he said he wanted to be, but he's probably failed in that. And so the only way he has is to claim to, or it's also about social climbing. It's also about social climbing. You like to social climb. Attach yourself. You like to attach yourself with people you think are up there, and that people would like to admire in order to gain admiration from others. And so those are the kind of things that some people in society. But at the end of the day, just like you said, it's very important for you to be content that where you are. You know, be assertive where you. It doesn't matter. A lot of people have dreams to become musicians, and they have failed at it. And it's not the quote we said this morning said that. The success in life it begins when you
fall seven times
and then you get up 8 times. That is what it's all about. It doesn't matter if you told your friends I'm going to be this, at the end of the day you are not that person, and then you feel like, oh no, so I should start telling them stories and making up stories in order to seem as if I am there already.
And there was one time I spoke to him. I told him like, okay, we are in K-Town, you have talent. The guy sings very well. I mean, he has this good voice. If he sings, you think it's a woman singing.
Okay.
And I told him that, no, come to the TV station, come showcase your talent. Never forget about your little beginnings. I say, start off from somewhere. Maybe the place you went to was not favorable enough. So come somewhere that will start it afresh, where you have so many ideas. You know that there are some toxic ideas that don't help you to grow.
Definitely.
I say, come in a free space where you share your ideas and people will help you, will move together. And the guy was like, with what he has told people, with the mindset that he has given people, him coming down, it's gonna be an issue. And to be very frank, he's failing. When I look at him, I see talent going down the drain because you can't swallow your pride and face reality. In life, the best version of yourself is your real self.
Definitely. I mean, it's like what we said now. They said flat tire. A bad attitude is like a flat tire. You can't go anywhere.
Even with the ladies, I see how girls borrow bra, you borrow shoes, you borrow dress, you borrow hair, you borrow handbag, you borrow iPhone 12 just to slay. Let me tell you something. A real man, they say real men don't buy food that are not covered, to be very frank. I mean, if you have a good taste for food, because I have a good taste for food, and I will not buy puff puff and beans that I see all the flies in Kumba on that puff puff and beans. It's very real. Now, when you wear that, I see now on social media is trending: slay mama, slay girl, slay guy. Scammers are now bring. My guy has a blade. Now you know that cars blade. Oh please, we are in Kumba. Go to Boya, you hear of blade cars.
Oh, blade cars.
Blade cars. I mean, those cars that when they pass, you feel the sound.
Do they cut? Are they sharp?
My dear, I don't know. I never entered a blade car. And you see how people it's very funny. You go extremes to like live what you can't maintain. And at the end of the day, you see that you've left the content chasing the shadow.
No, the truth is that we all say this, that anyone who compares does not compare.
Nah,
there is no comparison between the sun and the moon.
Don't do
you
that.
have your time to shine. I have my own time to shine. So why should we compare with each other?
Yeah, the sun and the moon. I read a quote that one should be careful not to lose the moon while counting the stars. And that's life today, especially in the universities. Our university of today is turning into something very bad. I saw a video yesterday of 2 students fighting in class over a guy, and the guy was flexing with another girl at Jeffobi. I was so angry. That is, these girls had to remove their tops. Serious fighting. They were almost half naked.
What?
Over this guy who was somewhere with another lady, and the girl says, "My man, look at my one. Remove the phone. That look at our pictures together." I'm like, really?
And then that's the thing about women. They are fighting each other.
Fighting over.
Meanwhile, the
guy was in Jeffobi
with
another girl, and he was just watching the video and says, "Come and see." Then the guy said, "These girls are crushing over me." I'm like, oh God, what's really happening? This slay queen issue, in Kumba, is not really trending like the slay queen issue, because we don't have universities that much aside from the Higher Teachers Training College, St. Monica.
But you go to university to study or to go and slay.
That's the irony now. Now people go to schools to go show off. Yes. Now education, the value of education is gradually leaving the school milieu, and over. Social life is taking over. And I'm asking that, what are the institutions doing?
Something needs to be done.
What are the institutions doing about it? If the place that morale in schools is going to change. I mean, Cameroonian youths, let's face the culture. What's the essence you lying about everything? Some people lie until they lie about their names. I'm telling you. I had a friend who lied. She almost lied about her complexion. I said, please don't tell me you're dark. Don't just tell me
Everyone
one day
can
you're
see
fair. I can see that you're dark. Because she basically lied about everything. She was a relative to Fonmukete. She knew. You just want to say anything.
Is her name Mukete?
Jesus Christ. She
Yeah.
doesn't have, she's one of the Bafo. I don't know.
she's
But she was
Bafo.
like, after I'm like, I said, okay, I've heard you. You want to talk about the Mukete? No, I know Bobo. I know this one. I know. I said, thank you, sister. I told her one day, I said, the only thing you won't lie is your complexion, because actually I can see your skin color. You're dark. And she was very angry. I said, please stop that.
Oh my God. You have interesting friends, Ellie.
You see, I went
give
to
you so
so
much
many schools.
inspiration.
No, I went to Baptist school in the primary school. I went to GBHS upstation. I left GBHS. I went to Kaskumba. Then I went to Victory, and I was very social. At Victory, I was the SP girl, so I met so many characters, and we have a restaurant, so I meet people and I communicate with them. I see kinds of lifestyles, and it's very funny. The best version of yourself, live with it.
Thank you. That's interesting this morning. So I think that we have already talked about what you want to talk about today.
Yeah, we
okay.
have.
Because I was afraid that
No,
we can
no.
talk that. Okay, now let's go to what we want to talk about.
No,
today.
we've spoken about it. You know, today I don't have much in my hands.
Oh, but I thought you said you were going to talk about natural hair. Now you're not talking about it anymore.
Oh, my natural hair, I like the hair like this. I like my hair. I know
your hair is actually nice.
It's
and
nice, right?
We are natural babes.
Yeah, that's
we're
it.
natural babes.
You know, at one time nobody will come to me. You know, my uncle told me that when he wants to look for a wife, he's not married, that he's going to stand on the street, tell girls that he wants a wife, and because he's very wealthy, that he's going to come with a bowl, a sponge, and a soap, so that when you come in front of him, he's going to wash your face, wash your hands, so that let me see the real thing.
So you want to go on the street to look for the wife?
Yes, he says that's what because there was one time he told us a fun that he went for a birthday party. He saw this very beautiful girl. He went to the girl to the hotel and woke up in the morning and looked at that girl and said, am I sure this is the person? He was like, yeah, how did you come in here? Like, but you know, after all the makeup has come out, he's not seeing what this girl Emanuela says my real face. So the real face, and he was
Wow, that's interesting. You have a very interesting uncle.
Is he? He's
I wish him good luck.
Oh, I told him, my sister, I wish you good luck in your searching for a bride.
All right, that's interesting. All right, Lee. As always, you are doing what?
Wrapping the program off. I'm the one carrying. You know, when Mama cooks food, you know that part that is boni boni, especially in ekwang or porridge plantain or cocoyam. That one gets on different tastes.
What about fufu corn?
Yes, that kende. It gets on different tastes from all other things. Okay. When you chop as on of day, they eat in the. And besides, today has been very interesting. You know, I learned about the internet, and we had Chris here who analyzed the government in a very critical way. And I met the author, the photographer, and I'm so happy.
So when did you send your first email?
I had my first one when I was in lower seats.
Okay.
That was 2013.
Okay.
That's when I had my first one.
Okay.
And that's when an email address. I think you created me an email address, and I forgot the password. I had to come back to you that please tell me what's my password because I could not access my email. I'm very bad in social media platforms.
No, but you're working on it, right?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
You have to. Now that you're a celebrity, you have to. Work
Yeah, you know, I have to open my page, public figure, please.
That's good. Very interesting. All right, Ellie, thank you so much for the good laugh this morning. We are wrapping up the program, and yeah, it's been interesting. So thank you.
Really big.
And that's a wrap for today's edition of the program. Many thanks to all our guests for being here on the couch and having conversations with us this morning. We want to thank our cameraman, Jeff J, and to our technician, Nembo Rodrigue, aka The Don. Thank you so much for all the good work you're doing. Many thanks to the producer of this program, Eswa Julius Fosong. Thanks to all our viewers in K-Town. You're just the best. Many thanks to those who follow us on Facebook and on our YouTube channel in Limbe, Douala, Yaoundé, Boya, Bamenda. Thank you so much. And to those out of the country who are always there loyal to us on YouTube, thank you so much. Those in Dubai, England, Ireland, Canada, Denmark, Nigeria, Swaziland, South Korea, Germany, Japan, USA, Equatorial Guinea, India, and Zimbabwe. Thank you so much. You can send in your comments at info@kcbstv.net Also, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can watch a rebroadcast of this program at 6 p.m. for those of you in K-Town. I have been Christy Ijang. Thank you for joining us today, and do well to join us tomorrow for another edition of your program. Until then, good morning, K-Town.
Madame, Messieurs, NMG, Le Nef Primo, NMG dans the building, New Africa. Give me money, Amina Mata. Come make we jolly, come make we holla the matter. Now I'm married man with the throwing a dollar. Now I'm married man with the throwing a sefa. If you no getting money, then you be picking for quarter.